15 years ago, my wife and I were told we couldn't have kids. It would never happen naturally, we were told by the doctors. It was my fault, my issue, my health problem. So you can imagine I was gutted. It's never good when it's your fault. I almost feel guilty. And I know I did at the time because me and Joy wanted kids, didn't just want one or three kids. And we'd been trying for a while and it didn't work. Great practice. But then it became monotonous when the stress kicked in and everything else kicked in. So we tried IVF. And at the time it was great because we had the opportunity to work with the Centre for Life in Newcastle, which was the leading centre in the UK for fertility. And we were allowed to have 2 attempts at it on the NHS for free because it's quite expensive. I don't know how it works now. But in each time, in each case, it didn't work. After the first time, it was devastating. So that's so much hope and, really thinking it's going to work and then it doesn't. I remember feeling really flat. And Joy was as well. But something was gnawing at me. I was told it would never happen naturally and I can't accept that. There's never one way. And I couldn't accept the fact that the medical profession were right. So I started looking. And the first thing I started looking at was nutrition. Because it suddenly occurred to me that if we eating something good or eating something bad, our body does the best it can, but surely it would affect us in some way. So I started reading up on it. I bought lots of books, did lots of reading, lots of research, contacted different nutritionists, some from the books that I was reading. I had some consultations with those people. And in the meantime, just as we started that journey and looking into things, we decided to do the IVF again with the nutrition in mind. So off we went. I went to see a nutritionist who more or less told us that everything we're eating was just crap. And the thing, when you think you're eating brown bread and skim milk, that you're doing all the right stuff. I remember what I used to eat when I used to go to work. I used to make buns, brown buns, whole wheat buns, and I used to have processed ham, processed cheese slice, Branson pickle on top. The business. Total crap. It's just total shite. Of course I added crisps to that because crisps were the thing. And she turned our world upside down because we came home that night and we didn't have any tea. We opened up the cupboards and everything we had was rubbish. And she was very honest and she was very, very thorough. But I explained the fact that I had lactose intolerance. Now that's quite a common thing now, or commonly known thing, but back then it wasn't. I had operations on my nose, and it was because I was drinking milk all the time, thinking it was healthy. And I was drinking by a gallon because I was on the weights, lifting weights, protein, instant protein. I'd been turned upside down, so I had a journey to do. And the second IVF didn't work either. And Joy ended up in hospital that time. No idea why. They didn't know either, but she was in pain. So I contacted a fertility nutritionist. I found someone's book and I read it back to back, cover to cover. And then I rang them up and said, can we work with you to find out what the problem is with this and see how we can make things better from a health perspective? Because nutrition's only part of health. And that's what I believe. And so we work with them. Hair minerals analysis, deficiencies, supplements, tinctures, even herbal medicine. Everything that they said, we implemented. Life cycle of maturation of sperm is 3 months. Once we put all this in place, 3 months later, Joy was pregnant. I have no doubt in my mind that the nutrition was the reason. That's how I know nutrition is so powerful. It can change your life. Because what you ingest, you become. Why am I telling you this? Because I believe part of leveling up is controlling who you are. And controlling who you are is what you ingest. And at the moment I'm talking about nutrition, but that means everything through every sense. Through the eyes, ears, nose, mouth, touch, everything. What we ingest becomes who we are. And if we're watching trash on TV, listening to gossip, reading rubbish, then that's what we become. From a nutrition perspective, you keep eating crap, you will become that. Your hormones are derived from the very things that you put in your mouth. And I know this because that's why I'm so passionate about nutrition. That's why I read it so much, read up and continue to. Is because I know how powerful it is. But controlling your palate, you can control yourself. And I know a lot of people find that very difficult. For me, it's second nature. I've been doing it for a long time. I've gotten rid of all the little crinkles and wrinkles, the little things that you might sneak in. But I know putting the right things in gives you the energy and vitality. It makes you feel a lot better about yourself. And it allows you to do the things that you really want to do. So my nutrition is something I don't waver on. What do you do?